Hey, we are testing. Okay. Oh, hi, this is Modest Spring Chick. We're here with Oldecam, and we're kind of testing this. We haven't done this before, and, well, actually, we're in the car, and it's dark outside.
Yeah, it's a very low light 3D camera.
Yeah, so we're testing. In fact, you can see kind of the reflection in the mirror. Yeah. And this is actually our second time for doing Oldecam
because we can't find the original chip. It didn't quite make it into my hands.
I know. Well, this is appropriate because these are the comments on the headlines of the day. And the president said, let her smile. Then she smiled. Then he said, let her have her use of her arms and legs, and she could move.
Oh, it's worse than that. I said somebody today in the city said, if we could have only got the president here before the little girl died, he could have saved her.
Oh.
Then that's scary that they are once again gacked to Obama to God.
Mm-hmm. And thousands gather for 9-year-old Arizona girl's funeral.
Which is strange because she had a police honor guard, and that's only for members of the police department, folks.
Oh, yeah, so guess what that means.
It meant that her family was members of the police. I mean, I take a look at the people that got killed, folks, and you might see a really coincidence among all of them, like they all were related with law enforcement in one way or the other, or elected officials.
Yeah, that was not a random shooting.
No.
City officials. Oh, well, actually, some people thought it was just they were after Gifford and everybody else was random.
No, the guy was a total and absolute marksman. This guy did not miss who he hit.
Mm-hmm. And city officials admit mistakes in response to blizzard.
Yeah, that's New York. Basically, they're trying to get out from underneath the fact that people's cars were destroyed, that the union didn't do its job, the mayor didn't take anybody seriously. But then he's not running for office again because he's now standing behind a statute that he broke that says you can't serve more than 2 terms. Indian
government ducks big decisions on food inflation.
Well, because Obama says there is no food inflation. What Obama's doing, he's using the fact that people have lost so much money on their houses that inflation can't be, which is sort of ridiculous. If you didn't have a house and you didn't lose money, you're still getting hit with the inflation that doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm. And Groupon raises $950 million to expand and reward investors.
Well, yeah, but the thing is just another coupon service, and they're getting or whatever it is, and they're getting ready, the Obama people, to tax the internet, which basically they'll destroy businesses. He's got to destroy the internet one way or the other.
Well, you know, Groupon is couponing, but it's special deals in your area.
Well, I know, but the problem is that why would they give you the special deals when they can do it themselves just as easy?
Groupon's base.
Yeah.
Yeah, and UC Berkeley Chancellor's email linking Tucson rampage to issue of immigration draws criticism.
Well, yeah, from the right, but what Bill O'Reilly can't get through his thick head is that the left doesn't care about what the polls or criticism say. They see this as a rallying point for the left loonies. They do expect there will be more shootings, and the left is looking for the right-wing person that's going to kill people. Instead, they unfortunately all happen to be left-wing lunatics.
And USS Enterprise deploys without ex-commander after video flap.
Well, yeah, that first of all, if it wasn't for political correctness, he'd still be the commander. What's going to happen is Obama, they are really pissed at Obama this time because this is an extremely important guy, an academy graduate, headed for the general staff, and Obama got rid of him because he was inpolitically correct.
Well, and usually they don't deploy the ships without the commanders, do they?
Well, they put the executive officer in charge now. They just move up the line.
Oh, is that
generally what it is? There should be an admiral on board the Enterprise anyway, but he's just the deck captain, but there is generally an admiral, the head of the task force with that ship.
Well, do you think that guy's going to come back, the ex-commander?
There's such a stake being raised by everybody that Obama is going to be... Okay, they all know the McChrystal thing was a setup because he was told to talk to the people at Rolling Stone. This here, basically, 4 years after the fact, they all of a sudden decided he did misconduct. They're not charging the captain of the ship that knew about it with misconduct, but they're charging a guy that just got a promotion because he was headed for the Pentagon, and they wanted to stop him because he had a bright future, probably as a future presidential candidate in the Republican Party.
Oh, well, that could be it.
Yeah.
An oil spill panel poised to push for tighter offshore rules.
Well, yeah, they can't be any tighter than not letting you drill, and that's exactly what Obama appointed no one to the panel that was pro-drilling was appointed to the panel, which meant you were only going to have decisions that were anti-drilling.
Group WikiLeaks gives $15,000 for accused leaker defense.
Well, it was nice of him, considering he's got millions from other people for his defense.
And a resurgent Chrysler says it is here to stay.
No, it's not, because Chrysler doesn't have any more money than it did 3 months ago. No matter what they're saying, the car dealers are not selling cars with a volume enough to pay their bills. Ford isn't. Ford is basically surviving on money that they got from the government to build green vehicles. That's how they're paying their bills, is with federal money.
And some question pep rally atmosphere at Obama speech.
Okay. Anybody with half a brain knows that the White House knew what was going on. Those things were all printed. There was a campaign speech for 2012. All of those students were given printed shirts. They put them over the tape, over the chair backs, so that everyone would have a reminder, Obama for president.
Yeah. And not a surprise that the government's Chevy Bolt is the car of the year at the Detroit Auto Show.
Well, at the LA Auto Show, they were taking bets without ever seeing the cover come off. Everyone in the building knew it would be the Chevy Volt, because they said Obama, the day of this one, the Chevy people, General Motors people, are criticizing about the high fuel standards, which they can't reach. They said because the Obama administration wants to make it look like they're independent. But they're not about, okay, the car costs so bloody much money, the government's going to give you $7,500 to buy each car.
Yeah, but that still doesn't make much of a dent.
No, they can't. It's still going to cost them too much money. They're not going to sell the cars. It's not the car of the year. It's a stupid hybrid. It depends upon fuel to get it from one place to another, not a battery.
And Puerto Rico aims to protect newly discovered coral reefs.
Because they're part of the United States, and the environmentalists want an excuse to basically destroy more of the economy. Because they need to fish in that area. Now the government's going to put the fishing off grounds.
Palin missed. Obama got right in the greatest speech ever given by a political figure.
Well, I love this today. They said, well, that while she is an extremely attractive young woman, she hasn't got enough brains to come in out of the rain. But the President of the United States, he had just the right tone in his speech and showed why he's considered to be the intellectual leader to the greatest minds in history.
Ooh, and Julian Assange extradition could lead to death row.
Well, yeah, if they bring him to this country, even those people on the left that don't like the fact they leaked secrets about them, they can't execute him under an act under Woodrow Wilson's government, folks. That's a Democrat.
Ooh, and Bill O'Reilly once again in hero worship over Obama.
We'll put it this way. If the President of the United States, Bill O'Reilly's getting another interview with the President, if the President bends over and has to have his butt scratched, there's going to be a stampede to see who can get there first to scratch his rear end, and O'Reilly will be right up there at the front, even in his 60s.
CES tablet extravaganza, Motorola and RIM, Toshiba and Asus stand out.
Well, yeah, if you could find the 6 Asus that were supposed to be there, and you could find a Toshiba that weren't locked inside of a glass, they put it inside a glass setup so you couldn't touch it.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah, you couldn't touch the things.
And Democrats push ahead with major income tax hikes across the nation.
Yeah, I mean, they're calling for the recall and removal from office of the governor of Illinois, who won re-election based simply on the fact he narrowly won, and he won it on the fact that he was going to veto any tax increase. And instead of vetoing,
are you serious?
He signed for the largest tax increase in state's history, and he agreed to a 10% raise in spending and a 2% raise in spending every year for the next 5 years, which is another 10% increase.
Oh my God!
No cuts, but they're increasing spending.
Well, and didn't he raise it like 67% or something like that?
Yeah, and the corporate income tax is even higher than California's now. So.
Ouch! And Comcast would be bound by open internet conditions for 7 years, according to the FCC officials.
Well, there is no such thing as 7 years. If they sign on to it, it's permanent, because the FCC is trying to circumnavigate the fact that the court system has told them repeatedly they cannot do what they're doing. But if they can get cable stations to agree to it, then they don't have to worry about a legal challenge.
And a Monty Bubbleism from the Mark Twain of the Animal Kingdom.
And you can't move ahead if you let the disasters that befall you get you down.